Let's be real. Cold approaching a woman is scary. It has a very low conversion rate. When you approach a stranger, it has a very low conversion rate of you converting that stranger into a friend, that's someone you may speak to, or someone you may get to know long term. Now, why is that? Well, everyone is wary of strangers, right? You never really know who you're talking to. So on the safe side, people just in general tend to be wary of people they just met, right? There's a lot of different people out there in the world, and in general, people just kind of have to be careful about who you just met, right? And people tend to be more comfortable about someone they know over time, right? Now, a lot of guys think the best place to meet women is through dating apps or through bars and clubs. Even though this is a pretty effective way of meeting women, you should know that when you go through dating apps, you're dealing with a hyper-competitive competition, right? If you go through Tinder, the average girl's Tinder is like at least 500 to a couple of thousand likes and matches. You're dealing with literally thousands of guys as your competition, right? When you go to a bar or a club, sure, you might build a connection with the woman, but it may not be as deep as you want it to be, right? When you cold approach a woman, it's not necessarily about, sleeping with her or getting her number. It is about building a real connection, right? Unless you build a real connection with the person, they don't really feel like continuing to see you after that, right? You should kind of expand your reach outside of bars and dating apps, right? You should try to meet people at social venues, at social clubs, right? So, a couple of ideas is basically, any local clubs that have to do with hobbies, like running clubs, book clubs, even meeting people at the mall sometimes is a more effective way of going through a dating app or anything like that. Let's be honest, if you meet a girl through a dating app, it's not real. You know what I mean? You're one guy out of like 2,000 guys that she matches or likes with. It's just a picture on a screen, right? She hasn't really registered you as someone that she really wants to speak with and connect with unless you really stand out. It's really hard to stand out on a dating app if you're not have something super special about yourself, such as fame and status, right? So you should focus on improving your status, but you should also realize that meeting girls in person, sometimes in social interactions, is a far better way of throwing yourself in the sea of online interactions. One thing to think about.
Yeah.